By thanking folks, so a bit unorthodox, but I want to thank every troop that ever made me beat my head against the wall and step outside of the comfort zone that I had found myself lodged firmly into. I want to thank every supervisor that kicked me out of said hiding hole and made me do things whether I wanted to do them or not, because they knew I'd do better than I thought I would. And this is coming from somebody who, when they first came into the military, was afraid to talk in front of people, and now is brief, all the way up to people kind of gone and maybe a little bit above that. It's been an interesting evolution. So Mr. Ryder said I was a little bit eclectic. It's true. At one point, notice there's been no chaplain evocation. I wanted to steal that for myself because I wrote a prayer for our gunners a long time ago when they were in the field. Actually, I think it was your team. So I will read it to you now, just so you can kind of understand where my mentality's been since the first time I picked up a firearm when my dad taught me how to shoot out of the back of an orange pickup truck on some dirt roads over off what, is now a neighborhood in Petranco, used to be the end of town. And it reads, "Righteous is the hand that wields this weapon, sacred are its workings. Holy are the sights aligned, they are unforgiving truth. Sacred is the trigger, for it is the scale of justice tilting to release the wrath of the Lord. Blessed is the hammer which crushes the wicked and coward alike. Blessed is the firing pin that it may strike truly the primer. Blessed is the primer that it may spark and burn with haste the incense of war. Hallowed is the projectile, for it is the will of the just that the enemy shall be cleansed. Perfect is this weapon and the intent. Flawed is the wielder, for I am but a man. Forgive this enemy and death for their crimes. Righteous is the hand that wields this weapon." Amen. That's the approach I have taken to every student I have ever trained. And it mainly just started because at one point I was able to remember the name of every student I had ever taught that never came home. And 16 years later, I can't remember them all. Keeps moving. And that's motivated me to push my trainees and my troops and my peers and subordinates alike. And probably some of my superiors would rather me not be in there all the time, but try and push them to the same levels that I encountered being pushed by others. So with that said, first time I've ever had a little bit of a shortage of things to say, so I'll go ahead and get off here and just say thanks everybody for coming. We should have had all of you sitting in the family section, because if I invited you, it's a pretty small list. Out of all the people that I could have, I didn't invite many. Those of you that made it, man, thanks for coming out. And I'll probably see y'all around somewhere. See you later.